Okay, let's go ahead and start with our multiplying rational numbers. Remember, rational numbers are decimals and fractions. Number 5 says Ms. Sanchez needs to make name tags for 53 choir members and 37 band members. The materials for each name tag cost 78 cents. What is the total cost of the materials Ms. Sanchez will use to make the names? Okay. So here we have our question. Our important numbers, 53, 37, and 78 cents. Keyword here is and, because we're going to have to combine these two numbers to find out how many people need name tags. So that's our A. Analyze. Now we have to plan. So we're first going to have to add the number of people. Then we need to multiply by how much it costs to make each one. So here we have another keyword, each. Let's go ahead and work it out. So we have 53 plus 37. That's going to give us a total of people. Now, whatever we get with this total, we're going to have to multiply times the 78 cents. Now, quick thing to remember, when we're multiplying or dividing, we don't need to line up the decimals. We only do that when we add or subtract. So you're going to go ahead and multiply like normal. The top and the bottom numbers, then go ahead and add the decimal at the end. So over here, we know that none of these numbers are going to give us a decimal because they're all whole numbers. So we should only have two numbers behind a decimal. So whenever we're done multiplying, don't forget to move your decimal 2 times. Okay, number 6, a music club has 15 members. Each member pays monthly dues of $14.60. On the first day of the month, 8 members paid their dues. The remaining members paid their dues on the second day of the month. How much money was collected in dues on the second day of the month? So let's go ahead and analyze. How much money was collected in dues the second day of the month? That's our question, and here are my numbers. We start off with 15 members, 8 members, $14.60. Now some of our keywords. This right here is the first day. They're asking for the remaining. So that's usually going to tell us that we have to subtract. And we're looking for the second day. Another keyword here is each, because that's every single person that shows up. So our analyze, for our plan, make sure you're writing in complete sentences. I'm just going to go ahead and annotate here. The first thing we need to do is find out how many people paid the second day. When it's asking for remaining, we're going to go ahead and subtract first to find out how many people were missing after the first day. Then we need to multiply to find out how much money they made. So we have the first day, or this is our total, minus the first day. Whatever you have left is how many people paid the second day. So we do the same thing that we did in the last question. That number times how much each person paid. Remember about our decimals. Make sure you count how many places are, how many numbers are behind the decimal. And at the very end, move it that many times so that we don't end up with crazy big numbers. So that was our evaluate. Now let's move on to our last multiplying question here. Which of the following expressions has a value greater or equal to 6 1/4? So this whole thing is the question. Here is my number, and here are my keywords. Value greater than or equal to. So we're going to go ahead and multiply this first one. Remember, for this one, you might have more than one answer, or you might not have an answer. So make sure you click on the options that are on the side. We multiply these numbers like normal. If this gives us something bigger than this number in a fraction, then we can write a check mark next to it. So because these are all decimals, let's go ahead and find the decimal for 1/4. So 6 right here is a whole number. So this fraction is what goes behind the decimal. Think about it like money. When we think about quarters, 4 quarters make $1. 1/4 is worth 25 cents. So if this answer is 6.25 or more, then we know it's right. We do the exact same things with our other options. 12 times 0.6. Don't forget the decimal. If it's right or wrong, write a check mark or an X. Same thing up here, check mark or an X. And do the same thing with number 3. Negative 21 times negative 0.3. If it's right, write a check. If it's wrong, write an X. And then when you're done, check to see if one, more, or none of these are right.